Hello, growers. Protect your crops from harmful insects with Modern Growers Insectanet. This top-tier insect netting made by Modern Grower shields your plants from pests and harsh weather, boosting your yields without harmful sprays. Insectanet's unique design allows 90% of the light to pass through and is easy to use with low tunnel systems like our Quick Hoops. It's soft, elastic, and durable, perfect for field use to help ensure that your crops thrive. Say goodbye to pest damage and hello to healthier, market-ready produce. Invest in Insectanet and see the difference it makes. Get Insectanet at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.
One of the big decisions that people have once they make the decision to go online is when to leave the store open, how to do the delivery, how many drop points. What would be some advice you've had? You mentioned early on, hey, it was kind of a mess, but we got through it, we figured it out, and you've refined the system over the past year and a half. Now, what advice would you give to somebody in terms of, here's what's worked for us in terms of when we open our store, here's how we've gone about deciding how many pickup locations to set, when to set, to give people some guidance on, all right, where should I start?
Yeah, so we had the benefit of already having kind of our farmers markets, and those, we just converted those into pickup points in the early, let's say, March, April, May into June. And so we were starting to do both. We'd do the online store, and anything that was left or available, we bring to the market and set up a market table as well as hand out. And that's what we continue to do today, is that we run both models. So in terms of pickup locations, we just use our farmers markets, and we added one for an on-farm pickup. So if people wanted to come by to the farm and pick it up, they could come there on a particular day. And then we ran into the problem right away is, okay, we got one market on a Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon in one town, and another market on a Saturday morning in another town. Now, do we want to do inventory for the whole week, which on our store at once? Because then what would happen is that possibly if you were on something that was low inventory that you didn't have a lot of, let's say, cherry tomatoes early in the season, none of them would go, they'd all get scooped up at the first market, for the first round of orders and market. And so Wednesday would get it all. Saturday wouldn't get anything. So we decided fairly soon that we didn't want to do it that way. So what we do is we do an inventory for the salmon arm market. We open the store. Usually now we open it on Friday afternoon. So they've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to put in their order. And then on Wednesday morning, we close off that store. We change the inventory, put in new inventory for our Saturday market. And the people for the Saturday market have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or just half of Friday to order. And so that's ultimately the way we came up with, so that we could manage individual, the inventory a little bit more specifically for each market. And that way we could divide things up. And also we needed sometimes, when you look at what you might have on Monday or even before, you usually make a decision already on Friday the week before. You think, okay, I'm going to have, X number of pints of cherry tomatoes. And then you don't, you end up with a lot more or something like that. Well, midweek we could shift gears and we can just add more inventory to the Revelstoke market. And anyway, it just helped us kind of keep it separate a little bit, and it worked better for us that way than doing one inventory for the whole week. But everyone's situation is going to be different. That just was the way we decided to do it, and it works quite cleanly. And then it also helps us track how individual markets are still doing relative to, especially now that we're selling both at the same time. So if we have, let's say, 100 bags of spinach, 50 get bought up by the store, and then we take 50 to the market. We already set we have to harvest and pack all that spinach before we even know what the store ordered. And so the rest just goes to the farmer's market. And it either sells or it doesn't. So that's how we decided to manage the inventory between the two markets, and it works fairly well.
If you
Sometimes, sorry, another thing I just thought of is that some things we were allowed to, we would sell at one market and wouldn't sell at another too. That was another thing that we did, because either there were some rule differences that some markets wouldn't allow us to sell something that another market would allow us to sell, or we didn't have something for the beginning of the week, but we'd have it at the end of the week, so we just put it onto one market, and we just harvest it once rather than trying to harvest it for both. So we can kind of control what we're offering to each market that way as well, by having separate inventory for each one.
Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.